Hey everyone, John Chow here from johnchow.com, and welcome to another episode of Driving with John Chow. You may notice a few things different on this episode. The first thing is, what happened to my car? Well, it turns out my Jaguar is in for service today. It's getting the air conditioning fixed. Apparently the AC stopped working. I don't know why. And I have no idea how long it wasn't working for because I hardly ever use it. I mostly drive with the top down and just don't have the AC on. But in the last little while, there's been a heat wave in the OC, and a couple of times I finally had to put the top up and turn the AC on, and found that I was blowing hot air. So it's in the shop right now, and Jaguar gave me this courtesy car. Normally they give you another Jaguar when you go in to get your car fixed, but today they gave me a Volkswagen. This is a Passat. It's not that great, but it's okay. It'll tie me over for the time being while I wait for them to fix the Jag. The other thing a little different is the video itself. I changed the recording mix up a little bit. I'm still using the GoPro, but I'm using the GoPro in 4K. So this is being recorded in 4K right now at 30 frames per second. The audio is being recorded by the Tascam DR22 voice recorder. So I'm doing separate audio and separate video recording. And reason for doing that is I plan to do a tutorial later to show you how to sync audio and video in together to make one complete audio video clip. Right, so look for that in the future. And it's kind of cool that I'm driving I guess another car instead of my main car, because this will segue into what I want to talk about today, which is a backup plan. Do you have a backup plan? The plan B, as we call it. Most bloggers don't have a backup plan. Like if something happens to your blog, they don't have a way to recover it. Right, so that's what I want you to think about. Like if something happens to my blog, there's a backup plan for it. Like if something hits a catastrophic failure, that this blows up or whatever, if that happens to you, if it happens to your blog, how would you get it back online? What would happen? Do you have a backup copy of your blog? Do you have a backup system in place? Right? And in my case, the backup system I use is called VaultPress, and VaultPress at vaultpress.com. The reason I like that is because one, it's made by WordPress, and therefore it's perfect because my blog is powered by WordPress. So it's only fitting that my backup plan be made by WordPress. And what's so great about VaultPress is that it's a real-time backup system. So whenever someone makes a new comment on my blog, instantly back up. When I make a new blog post, instantly backed up. And every hour, there is an image of my blog. So if something happens to my blog or I get hit with a virus or something, I can go back and to find a copy 1 hour at a time, and I can restore that copy from any point I want. WordPress WordPress costs $15 a month for the basic plan, $40 a month for the pro plan, which is what I'm running. The pro plan, I'm not sure what the difference is, but I just got it because $40 a month. It's cheap insurance, really, really cheap insurance, because considering how much money the blog makes every single month, $40 a month, hell, I mean, for the peace of mind it gives me, I'll pay for it, right? So that's a backup plan for your blog. If you don't have it, you should definitely get some kind of backup happening. And this also segues into an even more important issue is, do you have a backup plan for yourself? Backup plan on you. Because backup, something happens to the blog, and if it's a brand new blog making no money, something happens to it, okay, you lose your blog, right? But how about for yourself and your finances? See, the scary thing is the majority of American, the majority of people do not have a financial backup plan. You see, most of them, they only have one plan, and that is, I have a job, I make money, And if I lose this job, I'm screwed. That is, they don't have a backup plan for in case they lose a job. There's no backup plan in case they get sick, they get injured, or they get ill. And that is a very, very bad situation when you think about it, right? I mean, I read a study or some kind of study say the average American is 3 months from going broke, or even less than 3 months. Like in other words, they lose their job today, within 3 months, that's it. They're wiped out. They're wiped out. So, okay, do you have a backup plan for you? Okay? And if you don't, you should seriously look at it, right? So, I mean, this is why I always advocate that you should have multiple sources of income. And ideally, those income sources should not be dependent on you. And this is why I have a blog. This is why I have investment. This is why everything I create does not require me to actually run it. Okay, yeah, the blog does require me to run it, but most of it can be automated. Right? And the blog has multiple sources of income, right? So if something happens to one source, like say, Google doesn't like me anymore, and Google AdSense say, nah, we're gonna ban you because you violated some rule or whatever, and I lose my AdSense income. So I go, okay, I have other sources of income. My blog has multiple sources of income. Unfortunately, the average person only have one source of income. And in most cases, that's their job. And should something happen to their job, they're pretty much screwed. So your first priority to create your plan B is to have multiple sources of income, right? So if the only source of income right now comes from a job or a business or something that depends on you, what you should be looking at, what you should be working at is diversifying so that you have more than one source of income. So that's your first thing. The second thing is, once you get that set up, is to have a plan C. So you always have a backup plan to the backup plan. And the backup plan, the plan C in this case, is life insurance. But really, that's for another topic, and I'll leave that for a future talk. I do have a few things to say about life insurance, really. I mean, I do actually have a lot to say about life insurance. But that's for another day. But for today, basically, backup plan. A lot of people back up their blog, and it's a smart move, but you should also back up your life. Right? Back up your life. And if your only source of income is your job or one source that's dependent on you, to start with a backup plan by creating more than one source. And the best way to do that is, look at the internet. I mean, it's one of the best way to create another income source that's not dependent on you. Want some ideas? Download my free ebook, The Ultimate Online Profit Model. It shows you the business model that I use to make 6 figures per month. Yeah, multiple thousands of dollars every single month. So it makes the money, so I don't have to. Okay. John Chow from johnchow.com. Thank you for listening. Welcome your feedback. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.